All right, guys, let's see if I can keep this under 10 minutes because I probably got a few points to make about this. The social dynamics from a woman's perspective. Well, I'm just going to approach it, talking about, finding a mate. And I have to think objectively about that. What if I was a woman and you trying to find a spouse, you trying to have children, you trying to grow, you trying to plant seeds in your garden where you want that fruit to be the best fruit. You're not going to go, to the store and buy an inferior seed, especially if you know it's inferior. If you got the choice between planting, a average head of lettuce and then a head of lettuce that's, you know, grows three times its size, you're not going to choose the small lettuce. So, I mean, we in the society we live in now, guys, where everybody's so dumbed down. See, the thing about me is I told you guys, how I be coming across women and they'll get very mad at me if I don't deal with them. That's pretty much after they notice that I have some kind of extra intellectual skills. See, remember, just off sight alone, I could just be like anybody else, or a woman could just assume I'm just like everybody else, right? I'm not sporting a college degree. I'm not sitting in the office, right? I'm not white. I'm not driving a Maserati, right? But when a woman actually gets to talk to me and she finds out what caliber I actually am, despite, well, actually the facade does match my intelligence. But despite the world's facade, I should say. But women are they're very intuitive. Women are not dumb by any means. They pick things up very quickly. And if I talk to a woman a few times, they pick up that I'm advanced. So if they're trying to plant a seed in their garden, I'm like, guys, I mean, let's be serious, man. This thing is very primal down here. We talked about the other day, these people, we're nothing short of an animal. That's why we're called mammals. It's the same species as an animal. Male rams fighting over one female, all that stuff is going on. You know what I mean? But as I look out here, guys, I tell you guys, there are days that I roam around and I look for suitable males. Not for me. I look for suitable males as far as where's the species going? How's it going to advance based on what I'm seeing out here with these males? Now, right now, I see that the male is very inferior to the female. I mean, he is by nature, but in practicality, but I'm talking about the social dynamics of the male and female. The female is way superior. But at the same time, a lot of females are getting the sense that they're tired of babysitting. You're going to have children. You're supposed to babysit the man. Women are getting hip to the game that they don't want to be a double babysitter. They need men who can step up to the game. They need men who are not afraid to step forward, step outside the box, learn something new. You'd be surprised. A lot of men are afraid to learn something new. They just want to stick to the social conformity. And women are getting tired of that. They need leaders. They don't want a follower. Now, we talked about before, a lot of people just settle for what's out here, just to go along and get along. I mean, you can't wait all day. You have that time clock's ticking. And once upon a time, just like when I told you guys, everything's different now. You used to be able to get fired from a job. You find a job the next day. Well, it's like that with spouses now, man or woman. If you're trying to find that top shelf stuff, because if you lose that top shelf, ain't nothing out here but that bottom feeder stuff. So I don't want to be long, guys, but this is, again, why I'm well sought after. And this is why I be telling you guys how I be running this stuff. I be joking around stuff, but it's serious, y'all. It's serious. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna leave y'all a link of a video that I made in Vegas talking about. Well, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to put on airs. But I have basically made a video in Vegas talking about, women are now stalking men. But I was talking about what was going on with me in Vegas. There was some stuff going on where it was like these bottom feeder type of women that were after me and stuff. Maybe I will post a link. I'm not sure yet, because I'm not trying to sound like an arrogant male, and I'm not at all. I was just talking about, but it's kind of interesting that I got like over 2,000 views on that particular video. Maybe some of the males was going through some of the males even suggested buying pistols. It was hilarious, y'all. It's absolutely hilarious. But because I kind of want to narrate that one. I don't want to link it in because I don't want to throw out no insinuations at all about nothing. The woman that I'm interested in now has everything, and I'm actually stalking that one. There are women that I want to stalk me. Okay, so I have to narrate that. Okay, I gotta narrate that one. But we're talking about, just it's hard to find good people these days, whether you're talking about friends or spouses. But just getting back to the main thing, when you talk about planting seeds in your garden, having children and stuff, if I was a female, if okay, I'm looking for a male that's really top notch. I don't want my children to just be average people, average Joes walking around here. All they can barely put ketchup on a hamburger. I mean, that's what I'm looking at out here, guys. I come across some of these males in my day. It's like, can you do that, buddy? Is that too hard? I mean, seriously, guys. People be talking about me being a people. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm a straight up a-hole. I don't know. I can't even talk about that too much. I just let people talk these days. But I come across some of these males in my day. I'm doing like 4 times as much brain power. And I'm just talking about within that particular field of what they may or may not be doing. I'm out here. I'm like, is that too hard for you to do? You need some help, buddy. That's pretty much that's what's going on in my mind when I'm out here, guys, when I'm seeing most of these males. It's like, it's scary. But the female is not like the female ain't dumbed down too. She's dumbed down too, but she's still more superior than a male in a cerebral area, which actually that's not supposed to be that way. But long story, that's the way they kind of made things. They made the male like a little wimp in this place. It's all social conditioning. I see it every day. But just to close it out, I have to hide. I realized, and I didn't know this a few years ago, I can't be having conversations with just women out here. They might get a whiff that I got that juice. You know what I mean? And this stuff is primal. Do not think for a second, if you're a top shelf male and you don't deal with these females, these females are dangerous, man. That's what a lot of guys don't understand. You don't understand how dangerous women can be, man. If it got to a point of extinction, they will kidnap. They will kidnap some males if they have to. They will go hardcore ballistic, form female gangs. Start taking males hostage, man. We got stories like that, man. Amazonian story. That women, they not playing out here, y'all. They tired of these bottom feeder males that for some reason this society is producing. So again, just to close it out, that's why I cannot be talking to everybody out here. I told you guys about that yesterday. Can't be talking to everybody. It's not meant for everybody to know that I'm smart. So that whole thing about dumbing myself down, some of that is for protection. That's why I say don't latch on to what people are saying. Don't latch on to nothing. to these cliches, nothing, because there are plenty of circumstances where you have to dim your light. You cannot let these people know who you are, or how powerful you are, or how smart you. Sometimes you gotta play dumb with these people, or you might be in some trouble, especially with these women.